penguin right under here. Today, we are going to be going to St. Kilda. We are actually on our last 3 days in Australia after being here for 3 months, but we still want to be able to show you all of the wonderful things that you can do in Melbourne, because really it's such a gorgeous city. It's poppin', it's got beaches and culture and arts and life, and it's super packed for a Monday today. And right now we're about to catch the tram so that we can go and show you St. Kilda. Right behind me is Southern Cross. It's one of the largest train stations in Melbourne, and this is actually where you also get the majority of the trains that take you around the state of Victoria. They're called like the V-Line trains. Also, there's Spencer Outlet Mall, which is this giant outlet mall filled with tons of like cheap clothes and shoes and food. And something that I love about the train stations here in Melbourne is they basically have a food court. I really recommend you guys eat at this one called Tower Sushi. The sushi is really, really cheap and it's delicious. Sorry if I'm squinting, the sun is literally in my face and it's a really hot day today. But I really wanted to tell you guys about the way that you can get around the city. There are trams and trains that take you literally anywhere that you want in Melbourne. And right now we're in something that's called like the free tram zone. So within the CBD, which is like the Australian and English version of saying downtown, they have trams that take you basically along the perimeter of downtown. And to get on the trains, you have to get something that's called the My Key Pass. The My Key Pass I think costs like $5 Australian or $6 Australian. And the way that you do it, it's like a refill card. So you pay cash, or they have like these little kiosks where you literally just put the My Key right in here. You put in how much you want. Typically, if you use it twice, it'll cost you $8, and that's for the full day. That means that you can use these trains unlimited all day long, and then you get into the free trams, which is like a super great deal. But you do have to get this key, and also make sure you don't lose it like I did, because then you lose all of the money you loaded onto it. Make sure you register it, friends.
So we just made it to St. Kilda, and good Lord, is it hot.
Oh my gosh. So if you guys have watched the other Melbourne vlogs, Melbourne is known for having all 4 seasons in a day, and all 4 seasons vary violently in a week.
Yeah, 100%.
And so just 3 days ago, it was like 50 degrees. You needed to wear a sweater. Oh, for like the people who work in Celsius, it was a cozy 20-something degrees.
Which that's actually something we've had to learn while out on the road, because no one else says Fahrenheit.
No. Guys, like America 100% has it backwards. I could not drive a car in America now because everybody in every country we've been to over the last 8 months drives on the left side of the road, which is the correct side of the road for everybody else.
And we were literally just like, oh no, you're fine. And we were literally just watching a movie the other day, and some guy got in on the opposite side of the car, like back home, and I was like, oh, what are they doing? Weird. They got on the wrong side.
Yeah.
Your perspective changed. It's fun.
100%. I'm gonna be so confused going back to America. But behind us is actually one of the really huge landmark locations. It's called Luna Park. It's one of the amusement parks that's right on the beach of St. Kilda. And it's closed right now, but it has a roller coaster and a Ferris wheel, and I don't really know when it opens, but I'll put all of that in the description below for you.
Yeah, if it's not just like permanently closed.
Yeah, I doubt it though, but look at its face. So we've made it to St. Kilda Beach. Honestly, it just seems like a lot of people are just hanging out and like sunbathing and playing soccer. I'm really curious as to how clear the water is. The water is crystal clear and it's really warm in the shallow bits, but the moment you step even like 10 feet that way, it is ice cubes. The Pacific plays no games, but it's really nice and refreshing, contrasting the almost 100 degrees that it is today.
when we were walking down by the water at St. Kilda, there's actually a really pretty restaurant called Pontoon. It's got a bunch of outside seating, and literally, like, I'll show you guys, but literally as you look over the water, you're able to sit inside of like pretty much a glass room and enjoy like a drink, some food. Food here was a little expensive, but it's also typical prices of Australia. So when you guys are traveling to Australia, definitely work that into your budget, because everything's probably what, like 30%, probably 30% more expensive here, but it's a nice trade-off.
So St. Kilda has tons of things that you can do. There's like a botanical gardens, there's Luna Park, which is open only from Thursday to Saturday, so keep that in mind, and it's only really open in the evenings. Apparently it was built in like 1902, and it was meant to be modeled by the Coney Island that's in New York, and it's actually the only roller coaster in the area from that era, which is really neat. And in St. Kilda, it's really known for like pubs, obviously the beach. It has a really huge backpacker scene here. There's tons of hostels around. And mostly it's known for its festival. So almost every single weekend, they'll have like this big ravey kind of ultra like festival where it's like a lot of electronic music. To be honest, that's not really Daniel and I's scene. Really, being real, we're not really into nightlife. Like I'm not a huge drinker, and so I'm really just here for the beach and the walking around. But it seems like whether you're just out there to see like this beautiful beach playground in Melbourne that's only 7 kilometers from the city, or you're here to have a night that you won't remember the next morning, there's definitely something for everybody here. So you can't miss this place when you come to Melbourne. So we just got our bowl of chips and aioli. Guys, I've loved the food here in Australia. There is some lingo that you have to learn before coming. What we call fries back home, they call chips. It's exactly like if you're going to England, the same thing applies. What we call chips, like Lay's potato chips, they call crisps. So just make sure that whenever you're going to a restaurant and you're like wanting chips, make sure that you tell them that they're crisps first. Also, some really wonderful things that I've loved about Australia is that they've really kind of taken the best of the worldwide food and mastered it and then brought it here. And so the food scene is poppin'. If you want the best sushi, you can find it here. If you want the best, like, something that I love is called a parmy. It's a chicken parmesan, but typically it's like pub food. They like deep fry this breaded chicken breast, throw a bunch of cheese over it, and if you get an Aussie parma, they throw cheese, bacon, and a fried egg on top. Y'all, it is spiritual. It is a religious experience eating that parmy. Also, they have each day of the week, sometimes they have like these specials. So some places will have like a $15 steak night that includes beer and wine. Sometimes they'll have like a parmy in a pot, which is just like a small beer for 18 bucks. Like Daniel was telling you earlier, the prices here are a little bit more expensive. Don't be surprised if you see that the majority of food is 20 bucks or above. It typically ranges between 20 Australian and 25 Australian. And the exchange rate right now is about $1.33 for every Australian dollar. So it's like everything is 30% off, but that still ends up being like 17 US dollars per meal. So don't be alarmed when you see that. When you're coming to Australia, you just kind of have to prepare a more buffer budget than you would usually. Drinks usually range about the same. A pot of beer will run you about 10 bucks. And cocktails, depending on the bar, will run you anywhere from 15 Australian to 25 Australian, and sometimes even more. But at the same time, you get what you pay for. And so when you're coming to the beach in St. Kilda and you're sitting at a restaurant, don't be surprised if a wine glass is $25, but you're also getting to stare at the ocean while that happens. In the meantime, I'm gonna munch on these chips. Guys, we've made it to the St. Kilda Pier, and I'm sorry if my eyes are super duper squinty. The sun is setting and it happens to set in the exact direction I'm facing, so my eyeballs are like on fire. But we're just coming to see the penguins here later tonight. Apparently, right after sunset, there's a whole penguin colony. 1,000 penguins that come out and hang out in the little water. They like waddle. I'm really pumped for that. They're so cute. To my right, we have the St. Kilda kiosk, which actually burnt down in 2003, and they reconstructed it completely in the exact style from when it was built in 1904. And we're about to see penguins. They're so cute. And a huge shout out to our friends Rachel, Tom, Andra, and Dennis, who told us that there may be a penguin under this little freezer. So, is there a penguin under the freezer? Oh, we have to go down the rocks. Okay, so this is actually something called the St. Kilda Breakaway. So once you walk past the kiosk, there's gonna be these 2 gates that I'm actually about to go through. Don't fall, Daniel. And you can't take any flash photography, and you actually have to stay 9 feet away from the penguins at all times. But the fact that I'm about to be 9 feet away from a penguin makes me pretty excited. Judging by all of the people who are staring under the boardwalk right now, I think they're down here. So it's time to go down.
Oh, it's slippery. Slippery. Oh my god.
Guys, there's this little penguin right under here. It's like scratching its little fur.
Here in Australia, we're looking for the endangered penguin as we walk across the boardwalk. Come along. You can see, as you look in between the cracks in the rocks, that they're nuzzled up. I think my accent changed like halfway through.
Succeeding.
I can't do the Australian accent, it's so hard. But we're penguin hunting. Not penguin hunting, that sounds horrible. We're looking for penguins.
Yes. So apparently the best time to see the penguins is 30 minutes after sunset, and the sun is setting, and literally we went from 1 penguin to now we've spotted like 5. And what you do is you come, so past the kiosk, you go to what's called the St. Kilda Breakaway. And if you look between the rocks, you could sometimes see the little baby penguins just all nuzzled up. It is so cute. Or another tactic is you can look for the large groups of people because they've spotted penguins and they're taking pictures. I'm so excited.